No shortage of people here. Saturday night in Trois Rivieres, a place where people like their baseball and their beer. It's Team Quebec against the New Jersey Jackals, two teams on the field. But in the federal riding that translates as Three Rivers, it is very much a three-way race. And the thing that concerns so many people here?
We have so many jobs to fill right now. There's people like in the hotels, everywhere. They're crying for people, but they're staying at home and just taking the money because they're still getting it. They're getting more money staying at home than they would be working.
I don't know. Maybe it's time to change.
Trois Rivieres is the heartbeat of an entire region, an economic, cultural, and gastronomical hub. But the engine has stalled. Here's what I mean. The iconic Rue des Forges, the city's busiest street. Normally, over the course of a holiday Monday, it would do really, really good business, and it will, but it really depends on where you go. Look at this sign here, Cuisinier Demandé. They're looking for a cook. This restaurant here won't even open today. And for a place like this, that's not just unusual, it's unheard of.
Pour le restaurant, c'est du jamais vu. On affiche des postes. Présentement, on a 7 postes vacants qui sont en affichage, puis on reçoit pratiquement pas de CV.
Le Grec is an institution, been here on the riding's edge for 3 generations. But the co-owner, Ioanna Yiannopoulos, tells us the restaurant just doesn't have enough staff to stay open 7 days a week. It can manage 5 right now, but figures even that will soon drop down to 4. Same story at Le Brasier 1908, named for a devastating fire that completely leveled Trois Rivieres' downtown core a century ago.
There was time I say, how could we go over, you know? No revenue, and I have to pay the rent, I have to keep a contact with the employees. Economy is one block affecting another block, affecting another block. The farm that bring me the chicken have less chicken to, and the farmer we have less money to buy, and all the economy will be slowed down. And that's why we have to think a new way to take this challenge together.
It is why every major political contender in this riding spends a lot of time talking about the economy. The Bloc candidate believes financial supports like the CERB are to blame.
The program should be suspended, but we would keep a few areas open as cultural industries and basically the event industry. They still have big problems, but the rest of the people, I mean, most of them, I think don't want to work.
The Bloc won this riding in 2019, but consider the Conservative candidate. Yves Lévesque was mayor of Trois Rivieres for 17 years. And for those worried about their pocketbooks, there is comfort in that.
Yves Lévesque is a hard worker, and he know a lot of people to create a good economy and environment. So I think Yves Lévesque is the best people to do this job.
Merci beaucoup.
Then there's the Liberal candidate, also a household name. Martin Francoeur was a journalist who worked for the local daily, Le Nouvelliste, for nearly 3 decades. His face, his words, his ideas go a long way.
Martin Francoeur, qui est candidat libéral pour Trois Rivieres.
But here, the challenge is keeping the campaign on the rails. The Commissioner of Canada Elections is investigating Francoeur over the way he solicited political donations. And even some of his past writings, critical of the party he now represents, have come back to haunt him.
When the campaign started, I could have bet on the Liberal, but now it's been only 2 weeks and everything has changed. It's really too close to call.
Paul Vermot-Desroches knows Francoeur's work well. She too is a journalist, 20 years in the business, also working for Le Nouvelliste. She's a columnist.
It's really a 3 parties fighting right now. Because of that, because of the dynamic between Bloc and Liberal, the Conservative could make some breakthrough in Quebec that they didn't do on the last election, which could make the difference between minority, majority, and even Liberal losing.
Translation, it's anybody's game. So who comes out on top? Well, tonight, not the home team. But on the campaign trail, only way to find out is to keep on playing.